Hi again, so my non-fiction bookshelf tour. We're on to what I call the fun part. Okay, so these are my books about books. Books about reading. Book lovers quotations. Full of quotes about reading and loving books and what you learn from books. Other people's thoughts. This is just full of quotations, and it's separated into things like marriage and love and fidelity and stuff. Because my friends know I love quote books, so my friend got that. This is brilliant. This is a literary companion, and it's just full of facts and stuff. I can't even really tell you what's in here, but it's ridiculously brilliant, and it's also hilarious too. And I wish I could spend more time telling you about this because I just love it so much. It was a really random find. I've also got the Film Lovers Companion too, which is just like this, and it's great. I love them. I believe it's a British publication, and it's so much fun. It's really cool. The Things That Matter. What 7 classic novels have to say about the stages of life. And there's really good books that are featured in here. They focus on, I think it's Jane Eyre and Frankenstein, Wuthering Heights, Jane Eyre, Middlemarch, Mrs. Dalloway, To the Lighthouse, and Between the Acts. And it's just, yeah, it's really cool. And I remember there was stuff, like their interpretation of Wuthering Heights, this author took, was really unusual, but I remember thinking, that's different, I wouldn't have thought of it that way, so that's cool. Reading Like a Writer. A guide for people who love books and for those who want to write them. Again, this is very cool. And I think I got all these sort of books all at once, because I was like, I want books about books. So, again, this one, Falling Upwards. These are essays in defense of the imagination, so it's about fantasy and all different things, but I've put it in here upside down, but there is an entire essay on Harry Potter. Oh, and it smells pretty too. Okay, where are we? Where are we? Oh yeah. More! Okay, my friend gave me this because he knows I really want to travel to New York one day, primarily for the theatres, so he got me The Irreverent Guide to Manhattan. And it's quite a funny guidebook, and I like it. And it's got great maps that I've already gone through and highlighted where all the theatres are. So I'm all ready for my good old New York travelling. I know what theatres I want to hit, so I'm really glad I have that. Hippo Eats Dwarf. This is a book filled with news story titles that are hilarious and that you would not expect to read. So yeah, they're really interesting and bizarre. And apparently true. 100 most dangerous things in everyday life and what you can do about them. Apparently, according to this book, teddy bears are lethal. And reindeer are a global menace. Again, this is just a funny book. Cutting Remarks. Again, this is a quotation book, but it's all about really snide things to say and retort to people and good insults and stuff. And a lot of people feature continuously throughout this. People like Joan Collins, who apparently only ever said bitchy things her entire life. She's in here a lot. An Affair to Remember, the greatest love stories of all time. These are real-life love affairs between famous people. So we have folks like Lord Byron and Carolyn Lamb and Percy Bysshe Shelley and Mary Godwin. So and separated into historic lovers and literary lovers. Affairs of the arts and that kind of thing, and Hollywood lives as well. And it's good. There's some good ones in here. There were some I thought that would be in here that weren't, but it's a nice book. So Many Books, So Little Time, A Year of Passionate Reading, where this woman decided to give herself, I'm not sure how many books she said, but yeah, I think she read almost all of them, so she did a very good job. Lots of reading. Okay. Got a few more here. This isn't a book, but it's cool. In Australia we have a magazine called the Australian Woman's Weekly, and this is the Australian Woman's Diary of 1988. That was celebrating the centenary of that magazine. And the reason I like it is because it covers some really interesting stuff in relation to feminism and women's progress in society throughout the 100 years of this publication. And so my nan found her copy of it, and I just thought it was really, really interesting to have. Following my feminism thing, my friend gave me the Australian Woman's Survival Guide. It's pretty darn funny about what you need to know how to do to be a great Australian woman, like how to make a good pavlova. It's not to be taken seriously. I sincerely hope not. But I got a laugh out of it. And then Bachelor Girl, 100 Years of Breaking the Rules, A Social History of Living Single. And my friend gave me this too, and I think it's really cool. And it covers decades and the different tags that were given to single women in that time. So like spinster and flapper girl and the working class girl and stuff like that. It's really cool. Okay, so I'll move on to my super duper funny books now, and be with you in a sec.